Well, hello everybody and welcome to what is the opening day of the 16th European Championships. 55 UEFA member states tried their hand at becoming the finest of them all. Now we are left with the 24 who have made it to these finals. Opening day certainly has a special feel to it. The atmosphere combustible but joyous as we usher in a new era for this competition, together with the hopes and aspirations of all that take part. Worth reminding ourselves too that 2020 is the 60th birthday of these championships, and it is for that special reason that the competition is being held right across the continent. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue, quite a sight to behold. Here it is then, the first page of the first chapter of this special tournament.
All I hope is that these nations, as well as the players of course, can make a good account of themselves, and I also like the fact that such excitement isn't just something that one host country has the monopoly of. It's shared by so many people across the continent, literally, and that certainly created an extra special buzz.
Well, if that is going to be the final action of the first half, so neither team has broken through. But certainly not going to want to try. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. Any strong opinions on the first half?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. That gets things going for the second half.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical. Schick really got caught in a trap there, and he just couldn't get out.
Ball's loose, who's getting there? Oh, no question, that's a foul. He's found his man, has a goal! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, I'm not sure what he had in mind, and I don't think he knew either.
Well, that's where he wants it.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
The final seconds now. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, they've got a point. 3, of course, were preferable, but up and running for a new campaign. Your final thoughts, Jim?
I think all's well that ends well on this one. They pushed for more and showed good determination to avoid less, so it has to be a point won as opposed to 2 lost.
Turkey are right up against it. An opening day defeat, which their boss attributed to opening day nerves. Whatever the reason, what is absolutely clear is that they need to avoid defeat now. Should they lose again, then their presence in the competition is hanging by a thread. They will be desperate to avoid that state of affairs. It's a stressful day, and a big performance is needed. The stadium has that feel of a genuine Colosseum that could only be Rome. Well, some in the media have dubbed this already a desperation derby.
Yeah, Peter, I think it's true that another defeat. Glass half full person, hopes and dreams are still intact, and this can be the start of a revival that the doubters are not quite expecting. Their motivation can be taken from a wish to shove it back down their throats.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Of course, Manuel Neuer. He doesn't just dominate his area, Peter, he seems to control the whole of the defensive third. He's excellent at mopping up any balls that make it through that defensive line, and what's more, he can often turn those interceptions into lethal counter-attacks too.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Schüller. That intervention was very necessary. The referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means.
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And the second half gets underway.
At least there's always a plus side to a scoreless half. Defences are doing what they should, and it's going to take good imagination to break the deadlock here.
Tries to get it forward quickly. Going through. Clears it out of harm's way. Çalhanoğlu. Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. Goes for goal! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss. Up he gets! Back of the net! Finally, the deadlock is broken. Turkey hits one! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Kimmich looked very impressive there, well, at least until he got into a shooting position, something.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Turkey are up. And there goes the final whistle. What a game. End to end, it flew by, and in the end, it all came down to just the odd goal. Well, they really needed that. Nothing decided. Denmark are right up against it. An opening day defeat which their boss attributed to opening day nerves. Whatever the reason, what is absolutely clear is that they need to avoid defeat now. Should they lose again, then their presence in the competition is hanging by a thread. They will be desperate to avoid that state of affairs. It's a stressful day. He's gone for it! Oh, what a hit! What a hit! Oh, it really is a finish of the... and the shot! Oh, that is rather wayward. Pass. Out to the left it goes. Oh, really good feet from him. Out to the right. Tries a shot! A collective sigh of relief. And a header! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. The referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
Well, that certainly pleased the fans, and the players are definitely happy with that scoreline. The question is now, can they protect it?
Denmark leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. The action is back underway. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. And the shot! It's in! Two to the good! They have breathing space! Denmark grab a couple of goals without reply. It's 2-0.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Knocks it away. He's gone for goal. Disappointing finish in the end.
Well, it was hit with great power, Peter, but sadly not great precision.
Over to the left. Going for goal! Forward it goes. Højbjerg goes for goal!
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Got a sight of goal here. And time is up, and there goes the whistle. A decent win via a very competent performance. Without doubt, they were the better side, and the result reflects as much. Well, they really needed that. Nothing decided yet, but they are in it going into the final group game. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Yeah, and a result that was true to form. A big team beating a not-so-big team, and a lesson dealt.
Austria are right up against it. An opening day defeat which their boss attributed to opening day nerves. Whatever the reason, what is absolutely clear is that they need to avoid defeat now. Should they lose again, then their presence in the competition is hanging by a thread. They will be desperate to avoid that state of affairs. It's a stressful day and a big performance is needed. Wonderful scenes here in the Dutch capital inside this terrific arena. One that does more than justice to the stature of the man whose name it bears. Well, some in the media have dubbed
doom and gloom simply because you've lost one game. That can be rescued quite quickly here, with a great chance of turning fortunes round and lifting spirits and just creating much more optimism. And they can still emerge from this group. Their hopes and dreams are very much alive from the way I see it.
Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Hugo Lloris. His lightning-fast reactions and all-round shot-stopping ability make him a formidable obstacle for opposition strikers. And you'd always back him, Peter, in a one-on-one. He doesn't just stick to his penalty area, though. He dominates the entire defensive third, sweeping up behind his defence and getting them shifting forward once more.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. And there's a long ball. He's had a shot! Decent enough try.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
It has a hit! And he's done it! And it's half-time here. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but that still had its moments. It ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, they definitely won't be happy with that half. They seem to lack a bit of desire, especially going forward. It wouldn't surprise me to see a change or two.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Austria need to get the balance right to sort this out. Ambition must be complemented by just the right amount of...
Going for goal! And that would have been some goal.
But I just hope he won't let the failure to score affect him. With the ability he has, he can reproduce.
Alaba. Has he picked him up? Hits one!
Austria showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
Well, Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Just has to be done.
And Arnautovic! Disappointing finish in the end.
Austria are looking quite mean on the counter, and combating that requires even more meanness. France probably could have killed things off, but they should be okay here.
And that's that. Always in the balance, and in the end, one goal was enough. They are narrowly beaten. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
That's a fairly demoralising loss. They hardly threatened, and this was about as insipid as it comes.
Croatia are right up against it. An opening day defeat which their boss attributed to opening day nerves. Whatever the reason, what is absolutely clear is that they need to avoid defeat now. Should they lose again, then their presence in the competition is hanging by a thread. They will be desperate to avoid that state of affairs. It's a stressful day and a big performance is needed. This, of course, one of the most recognisable venues in the Netherlands, perhaps the whole of the continent. It is the Johan Cruyff Arena. Croatia faced here with what can already be a make-or-break game.
Well, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom simply because you've lost one game. That can be rescued quite quickly here, with a great chance of turning fortunes round and...
Has a pop! No, just couldn't quite turn it in.
Well, the hold-up play as that move was being constructed was important for the runners, and more really should have been made of it.
Modric with the short one. Natko did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Towering header! Gets good distance on it. Veselko plays it backwards, and they'll try again. Rebic. Perisic! Goal! Croatia! Half-time imminent! What a time! And that'll be the last act of the first half. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, they showed glimpses of some wonderful football to go in with the lead at half-time, and that's definitely pleased the fans. I think they'll be looking to keep this intensity up now in the second half.
Croatia leading 1-0 at the break. And the action is back on the way. Croatia carrying a one-goal lead. Tries to get it forward quickly. Vida. Chaleta Shah. Kovacic drives it forward. Has a hit! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, I'm not sure what he had in mind, and I don't think he knew either.
It's Kovacic! Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
Kovacic brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required. Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, this isn't the time to talk about risks now, Jim, is it? They just have to hurl everything at it and goes for goal! Oh, and that should have been two.
Well, he's definitely kept the side in the game then. That's really good positioning. They could have doubled their lead there.
Over to the left. And that is that. Croatia, hold on. It's a narrow squeak, bit of luck, some judgment. 1-0 the score at the final whistle. Well, they've done what they needed to here. They've bounced back from defeat on day one. It is a win that keeps them bang in contention. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, Peter, I'm sure a more comfortable margin would have been preferable, but you can't expect to get your way all the time. I think it was a win earned through game management, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Ireland are right up against it. An opening day defeat, which their boss attributed to opening day nerves. Whatever the reason, what is absolutely clear is that they need to avoid defeat now. Should they lose again, then their presence in the competition is hanging by a thread. They will be desperate to avoid that state of affairs. It's a stressful day and a big performance is needed. And this must be amongst the favoured arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. And we rise now for the English national anthem. Some in the media have dubbed this already a desperation derby.
Well, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom simply because you've lost one game. That can be rescued quite quickly here, with a great chance of turning fortunes round and lifting spirits and just creating much more optimism. And they can still emerge from this group. Their hopes and dreams are very much alive from the way I see it.
And as you can see, we've already started here. You, Jim, see making a difference here?
Yeah, Harry Kane. He's a deadly finisher, Peter, obviously, but he can contribute much more than that for his team. He's got the physical presence to hold the ball up and the awareness to bring pretty much everyone else into play. His best attributes, however, might be his enthusiasm, his energy, and his desire to win, because those things become infectious to others.
Goes for goal! That has certainly tested the keeper.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
Oh, shooting chance! Hendrick.
England have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion, to occupy the...
He's gone for it! Goal! And it's half-time here. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but still had its moments, and ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now. Some first-half thoughts?
Ireland clearly are benefiting from their homework. They've dealt with anything that's been thrown at them and have been smart on the break.
Ireland, for the dressing room, in possession of a 1-0 lead. Here we go again then.
Well, 1-0 may be good enough, so they may err on the side of caution and get more players behind the ball instead of running beyond it. They could even try to spoil it from here, we'll see.
McLean, it's a good-looking cross. Pumps it into the area. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. He's making good use of his strength there. Has a hit! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. And it's Shaw.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
Pass needed to be better than that, and he goes for goal! And there goes the final whistle. Ireland win it by the only goal. Result, no question, the most important thing, however it came. Final score, 1-0. They really needed that. Nothing decided yet, but they are in it going into the final group game. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, to me, this is a result, Peter, that says an awful lot more than the scoreline suggests. You know, after the goal, the team just settled down and looked surprisingly comfortable and didn't really need to work too hard.
Well, it is only the second game in the group phase, but already this is crunch time for some, certainly those who have suffered defeat in their opening game. The prospect of an early exit already hangs above their heads. The players and managers have to put a brave face on it in the pre-match press conference, but that is not going to change the overwhelming truth here, and that is that they really must seek to avoid defeat. No question that this is one of the great capital venues of the Netherlands, the Johan Cruyff Arena, Amsterdam. Switzerland faced here with what can already be a make-or-break game.
Yeah, Peter, I think it's true that another defeat could spell curtains, but as a glass-half-full person, hopes and dreams are still intact, and this can be the start of a revival that the doubters are not quite expecting. Their motivation can be taken from a wish to shove it back down their throats.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Tries to get it forward quickly. Finds himself eased off the ball. And it's Embolo. What an adventurous run from a defender. It's Embolo! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Yeah, the idea was right, the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Reflections on the first half?
Yeah, the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story, as one side has been significantly better, at least defensively.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. That gets things going for the second half.
Switzerland can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose and can't afford to lose patience in this second half. They've got to persevere.
It's come loose. Cleared without complication. Nicely controlled. Battles to win it back. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. More than happy to take the muscular approach.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Tries to get it clear. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to... Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. And stalemate. One, if not for fans, then perhaps for coaches, satisfied by organisation and solidity. Little cutting edge at either end, and it finishes 0-0. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Switzerland can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
Greece are right up against it. An opening day defeat, which their boss attributed to opening day nerves. Whatever the reason, what is absolutely clear is that they need to avoid defeat now. Should they lose again, then their presence in the competition is hanging by a thread. They will be desperate to avoid that state of affairs. It's a stressful day, and a big performance is needed. Well, this really is a great venue. It adds so much character to every game it stages. Greece faced here with what can already be a make-or-break game.
Well, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom simply because you've lost one game. That can be rescued quite quickly here, with a great chance of turning fortunes round and lifting spirits and just creating much more optimism. And they can still emerge from this group. Their hopes and dreams are very much alive from the way I see it.
Well, if you did just miss it, Socrates, a definite foul there. And he has shown him a yellow card. Defence can get it clear. Has he found his man? Hoists it forward. Gets away from his opponents.
This game is in need of some excitement. It needs help, and it's down to the creative and striking talent to up their game and give this crowd something to cheer about.
Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Alderweireld. Alderweireld plays it forward. Get a throw in. And it's Meunier. Meunier drives it in. And out to safety. Finds himself eased off the ball. And it's played forward. Alderweireld. Tielemans. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Forward it goes. Courtois deals with it effortlessly. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So now the team has broken through. But certainly not going to want to try. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. So your views on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And we're off again. No score in the first half. Who's ready to go for it now? Good take. Tries a shot! They score!
Well, when one or two others were maybe a tad slow at restarting this game, then up steps a big character who was simply switched on and bright, and he sparked another advantage for his team at an important stage. It augurs well. Well, I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
Gets it back. Tries to get it forward quickly. Vertonghen. De Bruyne has created one goal already. Looks to bypass the midfield. Tries to dink it in. Vertonghen with a fine tackle. And it's played forward. Great strength, too strong for his opponent.
Belgium are clearly looking to...
Oh, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Ball driven towards the far post. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Always in the balance, and in the end, one goal was enough. They are narrowly beaten.
I've been in this position myself, and this will be difficult to take. They did everything right but score, but at least I suppose they can reflect on a few positives from this one.
So it wasn't a brilliant start to the competition, but there is certainly no cause to panic just yet. A place in the next stage is well within reach if, and it is a fairly big if, they can take all 3 points here to add to the solitary point they already have in the bag. There are, of course, so many permutations, combinations that the various potential outcomes of this game could lead to, but there is never any space for debate as to what the team should be going for. They know what they've got to do. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue. Quite a sight to behold. Portugal looking at a pivotal game. Second game in the group so often is.
Well, having drawn their opening game, Peter, I think there's a little more pressure to win this one rather than leave it to the final match and endure a more nail-biting encounter. That should be reflected with a purpose and an urgency from them, so I think we might get something lively.
They've got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Pepe may well need to be at his best. There's a power about his game thanks to very decent pace for a big man, and he doesn't lose out much in the air either. He could prove to be a very reliable presence here.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Cristiano Ronaldo. There's a long ball. Goalkeeper's ball. Finds himself eased off the ball. Ruben Dias.
Well, the fact that we haven't had an attempt on goal is becoming a
Chance! Mkhitaryan. He spotted the run and played him through. Bruno Fernandes. And the whistle goes for half-time. So the other team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. Reflections on the first half?
I think it's been a very impressive defensive effort. They've never been broken down and contained the opposition attack extremely well.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. Already up and running for the second half. Chris, goal!
And now it's all about how they handle this from here. Edging ahead again in this second half is best followed up with a bold mindset, a bold approach.
Well, that looks a foul. Yeah, referee's given it.
Yeah, it looks like a change of approach, and it may just freshen things up.
Gets up to head it! Great leap! He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Now, that was a slick move, and there were several options in the box to pick out.
Hoists it forward.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
João Moutinho. Portugal need to hold on for a few more moments. Ruben Dias. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Goal! And there goes the final whistle. Portugal in victory here, and on balance they were worth it. 1-1, drawn 1, 4 points from 6, and looking good. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim? So it wasn't a brilliant start to the competition, but there is certainly no cause to panic just yet. A place in the next stage is well within reach if, and it is a fairly big if, they can take all 3 points here to add to the solitary point they already have in the bag. There are, of course, so many permutations, combinations that the various potential outcomes of this game could lead to, but there is never any space for debate as to what the team should be going for. They know what they've got to do. Stadio Olimpico, a venue that has an old-school feel about it. Wales looking at a pivotal game. Second game in the group so often is.
Yeah, Peter, and the mood in the stadium very much suggests that now is the time to kick on and ensure that 3 points are added to their opening week. Not a time for holding back. They can instead make a statement here, telling the rest they're going to take control of the group.
And as you can see, we've already started here. He's had a shot! He's done very well to get to a spectacular effort! It's off target and by quite a way.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
And here's Morata, and here's Thiago. He's gone for it! Oh, great save, real class.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Oh, the defence got the better. Shoots! Goal, Wales! Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining...
Has a pop! And yes, it's there! And already they're looking to run away with it. So that's... And the first 45 minutes are up. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Wales just didn't want the half-time whistle to be blown. Convincing and controlled.
Wales sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. And we're underway again. And it's played forward. Thiago. Oh, that's neat. And a second time! Yes, it's there! The second half off to a spectacular start. This is threatening to become a gets up to head it! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Spain can defend those situations better by stopping the crosser at source.
Quick glance at goal, shapes to shoot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Oh, and a real chance to pile on the pressure, and he'll be desperate to get another. Keep calm and carry on.
Up to meet it! Just off target.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
So that's it. It is all over. Wales have held on. A knife-edge game, a single goal margin, but they have won it. 1-1, drawn 1, 4 points from 6, looking good. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, I have to admit, Peter, that I had this marked down as a draw at best, but their tactical approach and industry was superb.
Serbia are right up against it. An opening day defeat which their boss attributed to opening day nerves. Whatever the reason, What is absolutely clear is that they need to avoid defeat now. Should they lose again, then their presence in the competition is hanging by a thread. They will be desperate to avoid that state of affairs. It's a stressful day and a big performance is needed. So what a stage for the players to take to here ahead of such an important game. Serbia faced here with what can already be a make-or-break game.
Well, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom simply because you've lost one game. That can be rescued quite quickly here, with a great chance of turning fortunes round and lifting spirits and just creating much more optimism. And they can still emerge from this group. Their hopes and dreams are very much alive from the way I see it.
We have already started here. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Milinkovic-Savic. I'll be keeping an eye on his long-range shooting, Peter, because that's something he does with real prowess. The stuff that makes the highlight reels, of course, but he also does a lot of good work under the radar, recycling the ball, pressing opponents, and generally bossing midfield.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Forward it goes. And that has put a stop to that. He's made sure that that won't get through. He's managed to get that all wrong. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. Here we go again then. No score in the first half. Who's ready to go for it now? It's Juricic! Oh, great save. Gets up to head it! Oh, just needed a better contact.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases your chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
Gone back to the keeper. Gadel. Filip Juricic plays it forward. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And here's Sigurdsson. Tadic has a hit! It's a goal! And late in the day, a telling moment. Serbia have made their breakthrough, so can they build on it? Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. So that's it. It is all over. Terrific contest. It really might have tipped either way. The margins were tiny. Just a goal in it. And that was enough. They really needed that. Nothing decided yet, but they are in it going into the final group game. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Yeah, we knew there was a sizable gap in the quality of both squads, and the story was told in predictable fashion.
The Czech Republic have got off to a solid, if unspectacular start, coming into this game off a draw on day one of the campaign. Not ideal, but far from disastrous, and much now depends on the outcome of this pivotal game. A win would certainly put them in the frame for a top two finish. Anything less, and it would be very much on the edge. And this must be amongst the favoured arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. Truly a crunch game, a time for both sides to deliver.
Yeah, Peter, and the mood in the stadium very much suggests that now is the time to kick on and ensure that 3 points are added to their opening one. Not a time for holding back. They can instead make a statement here, telling the rest they're going to take control of the group.
And already we're underway here. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Marco Verratti. He's got great vision and passing ability and seems to be able to dictate the...
That's the whistle for half-time. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. An interesting game up to now, but still goalless. What's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
And after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
The Czech Republic, pretty fortunate not to be trailing at half-time. They've been lacklustre and second best for me. And if ever a situation demanded a telling off from the boss, it's this one. He has to spark a reaction.
Jorginho. And he's straight offside. Lorenzo Insigne. And here's Immobile. Dashing forward at pace. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Brilliant save from Donnarumma! Massive leap! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Gets up to head it! Oh, it's gone in!
All goals are welcome, but when they come at a time like that, they're priceless.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they just need to...
And he has been fouled there. Bonucci. And here's Immobile. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Always in the balance, and in the end, one goal was enough. They are narrowly beaten. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
The Czech Republic can be quite proud of themselves despite the result, and I'm pleased to listen to the applause they're receiving for a gutsy show.
Poland are right up against it. An opening day defeat which their boss attributed to opening day nerves. Whatever the reason, what is absolutely clear is that they need to avoid defeat now. Should they lose again, then their presence in the competition is hanging by a thread. They will be desperate to avoid that state of affairs. It's a stressful day, and a big performance is needed. The stadium has that feel of a genuine Colosseum. It could only be Rome. Poland faced here with what can already be a make-or-break game.
Yeah, Peter, I think it's true that another defeat could spell curtains, but as a glass-half-full person, hopes and dreams are still intact. And this can be the start of a revival that the doubters...
Massive leap! Goal! Poland! And it's Poland Lewandowski! That's been drilled forward. Grzycki keeps everyone guessing. Click. Goes for goal! Oh, taken with style. And they're at it again in double quick time. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Dinks one in. Keeper's ball. And there's the end of the first half. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Poland in control at half-time, 2-0. Here we go again. Ball's out on the left now. And here's Grzycki. Out to the left. Heads it! They are rampant! And the lead is 3! It is surely done! 3 without reply. This is becoming a stroll. Drives it towards the front. Oh, that is asking for trouble. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Well positioned to make that interception.
Well, we don't need to guess that they expect plenty of ball into the box.
Yeah, it's quite a crowd scene in the middle now.
Well, it's a situation that requires resilience now and plenty of fighting spirit. It has to be matched.
Hit into the middle. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Poland, very much the dominant side, almost the only side. Every time they got on the ball, they looked like scoring. So, on the face of it, things look simple. If they want to make the knockout stages, this is all or nothing. 3 points needed, and should they fail to collect those points, they will be going home and staying there. It all makes this very tense, really, for some, unbearable. The stress levels particularly high, but for those of us who are neutral, myself included, it is utterly compelling, and that is how it should be. No question that this is one of the great capital venues of the Netherlands, the Johan Cruyff Arena, Amsterdam. Well, it really is a terrific sight here, and it goes to underline just how far this game could go towards shaping the fortune. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Cuts it out. It's being played forward. Tries to get it forward quickly. And the finish! And he's found the net! big occasion, big goal, crucial. There's the whistle for half-time. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, at the moment, Peter, this smacks of an upset, but against more illustrious opponents, this is not a done deal. Half-time will be welcome for very different reasons.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's one massive leap! We've got a goal! Germany are all square. Germany grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I think this is a case of anything you can do, we can do too.
Well, that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Kroos. Sané. Header! Goal! Germany! They've done it! It was hits one! Yes! There seemed no way back, but they are level. So all square, and not for the first time.
Yeah, it's always a dangerous time when you've just scored. You can easily lose focus and then bang, you
shoots! The last act of the game, which they chased to the very end. It finishes all square, but boy, they were close to snatching it. Passion and panache and they can more or less feel it now, avoid defeat here, and they will take that eagerly awaited place in the knockout stage. The odds overwhelmingly in their favour. Everybody is expectant here, the crowd is up, they think the job is just about done. Indeed, in fact it is. One more point does it, just one. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world. And boy, does it add to the occasion. And so we stand for the anthems. Denmark looking to finish the job here, and to do so with appropriate style, Jim.
Well, Peter, this is nothing to do with good fortune now. This team is here on merit, and if they can sustain their level of performance, it's hard to see anything other than the right conclusion to this group stage. However, and I have to...
Has a pop! Just off target.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
Knocks it away. Delaney. Oh, shooting chance! It's off target and by quite a way.
Oh, it was the first touch to die for, and it set him up beautifully.
Çalhanoğlu, who's gone for goal. Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome. Well, he's had a go! They get a throw in. Højbjerg sticks in a foot to win it back. Christensen pinged forward. Up he gets! No, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Turkey can defend those situations better by stopping the crosser at source.
Well, that's clear cut, it's a free kick. And it's hoisted clear. And the first half is done. So now the team has broken through, but certainly not going to want to try. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. An intriguing half, lacking only in goals, to score 0-0. So just 45 minutes to decide the fate of this group.
Well, the first half didn't really produce the goals we'd have liked. Hopefully they've been saved for the second. For that to be the case, though, we'll need to see more energy and invention early on.
He's come loose. Poulsen. Eriksson spreads it towards the left. Great leap! It's a goal! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal! Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
That's the way you go about things if you want to qualify. It's superb.
Burak Yilmaz! And that's it. Denmark have booked their berth in the knockout stage. That's a prospect for them. A job really well done so far. Israel are on the cusp of making the knockout stage. Ever since the groups were announced, this is where they wanted to be, and indeed felt they ought to be. There is a sense of genuine theatre here. The loyal supporters hope it is all going to be wrapped up in the next couple of hours. 3 points will guarantee that they get their wish. No question that this is one of the great capital venues of the Netherlands, the Johan Cruyff Arena, Amsterdam. Israel are a team on a mission. Maximum points, and they're on to bigger and better things.
Well, Peter, the question that comes to mind is how much do they want it? These players know that this could be the gateway for bigger things. Progression, for starters, brings greater financial reward. It increases the brand power and can enhance the whole business side of things. Individual player profile elevation is also a huge incentive. Careers can be catapulted from this. It's worth remembering.
Well, if you think... Tries one! Great leap! Goal! Israel! Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
That's the way you go about things if you want to qualify. It's superb.
Conte.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's up.
And the first 45 minutes are up. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, and ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
I'm sure they'll be very happy with the first half performance and the scoreline. They'll definitely want to maintain the momentum now and finish the job.
Israel head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. Just 45 minutes from now, we will know who goes through from this group. Header! Harmlessly behind.
Israel know they can rely on the counter, and they've just expressed a warning.
Goes direct to the front line. Across the field it goes.
France are definitely going about this the right way.
Well, Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
Gets it back. Now the counter. Just brushed off the ball there.
Yeah, he was under pressure to get that exactly.
He's gone for goal!
Ben Yedder really used his body to clever effect in dropping the shoulder to carry on.
And there goes the final whistle. Oh, just see the thrill amongst the players. They have made it into the knockout stage. They have bounced straight back. 2 wins from... Croatia emerging for this crucial group game here. The tournament still in its relative infancy, but it is already developing into quite a spectacle, and that, of course, is what you expect from this, the greatest of all the tournaments. It has been terrific stuff so far, so let us hope that the trend continues here and there. This, of course, one of the most recognisable venues in the Netherlands, perhaps the whole of the continent. It is the Johan Cruyff Arena. And so, the national anthems. And that gets things running. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Luka Modric. He's someone, Peter, who reads the game that little bit quicker than everyone else. He's got fantastic technique too, and that allows him to weigh his through balls to near perfection, as well as keep hold of it when he's under pressure. He's a real leader out there, someone who can take control of the game and maintain it.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Alaba has a goal! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult...
And there is the half-time whistle. So now the team has broken through. But certainly not for the want of trying. An interesting game up to now. Still goals. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
Heading up to meet it! No, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
No, that was a slick move, and there were several options in the box to pick out.
Up for a header! Good delivery, but no joy.
Austria can defend those situations better by stopping the crosser at source.
And it's played forward. Kovacic. Chaleta Shah. Quick ball forward. And here's Arnautovic.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
The referee brings it to a close. Terrific contest. It really might have tipped either way. The margins were tiny. Just a goal in it. But that was enough. Well, poor start, but what a great recovery. 2 wins in a row, and surely that will be enough. thrilling, nail-biting, perhaps frustrating until the very end, but we do have a winner.
Well, this looked like it had a draw written all over it, Peter, so credit where it's due. They found a way to win it, and they can take great satisfaction from never losing that focus.
So we just await the arrival of the teams here in what is a crucial game. It appears to be a fairly safe place that they find themselves in. Very probably avoiding defeat will be sufficient to progress in the competition, and that is reflected in an air of optimism, indeed confidence swirling all over the place here. The mood is very, very good. Stadio Olimpico, a venue that has an old-school feel about it. Finland looking to finish the job here, and to do so with appropriate style, Jim.
Well, Peter, this has nothing to do with good fortune now. This team is here on merit, and if they can sustain their level of performance...
Shoots! Goal, Finland! And Finland are ahead! Finland have made their breakthrough, so can they build on it?
Well, look, you've got to start your qualification process at some stage, Peter, and that goal is takeoff for them.
It's come loose. Ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. Looking cross-field, changing the point of attack. Finland only needing to avoid defeat, of course. That'll be a throw. It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. Jordan Henderson. It's a great ball. Kick. And the first half is done. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal, which is very, very tight.
Well, this team has found a real rhythm to their game. The players seem to have clicked well. There's good movement off the ball. The passes are sticky. No one's afraid to have a go.
Finland come in, having established that lead. A game where the narrative is, at least in terms of the scoreline, so far so good. into the last 45 minutes in this game of substantial significance. Finland just about have their noses in front. Gets it upfield. And here's Sterling. More than happy to take the muscular approach. Oh, great defending. That needed doing.
England have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt.
Gets up to head it! No, not the best of headers.
The defence did very well to be able to close him down in numbers like that. They basically suffocated his hopes.
Plays it long. Ball's out on the left now. Oh, that's nice. Plenty waiting in the middle. That is terrific skill. Turns and goes back. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Oh, just see the thrill amongst the players. They have made it into the knockout stage. Switzerland are on the cusp of making the knockout stage. Ever since the groups were announced, this is where they wanted to be, and indeed felt they ought to be. There is a sense of genuine theatre here. The loyal supporters hope it is all going to be wrapped up in the next couple of hours. 3 points will guarantee that they get their wish. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. Switzerland are utterly focused and determined. They know how much this means.
Well, if they can't find the motivation required for this, they might as well pack it in, Peter. This is the type of defining game that can propel...
Shapes to shoot!
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
Granit Xhaka. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And it's Mbolo.
Ireland have opted to really stretch the game now.
Yeah, that's pretty evident, but what's their thinking?
It looks as if the opposition are happy to defend the width of the 18-yard box, trying to remove that compactness.
Seferovic. Oh, nice touch. Forward it goes. And the whistle goes for half-time. So now the team has broken through. It's certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now. Still goals. So your views on the first half?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. We're into the last 45 minutes in this game of substantial significance.
Switzerland can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose and can't afford to...
Seferovic hits it! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, he did get himself into a good position, something for him to cling to.
Played towards the front men. Seferovic gets it out to the wing. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Ireland are making a change now. Brady drives it forward.
Ireland showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Tries to get it forward quickly. Tries to dink it in. And the defence can get it clear. Good. Hits one! Oh, that's... The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Oh, just see the thrill amongst the players.